Hello, I'm Allie,
I'm Deb.
and welcome to another episode of Connected Conversations. Hello, welcome back. This is a juicy episode of Connected Conversations. And it just came to me because I feel that each and every one of us has something inside of us that we don't want to disclose. Maybe we've heard something from someone and you know that you're the only person that knows. This episode's all about keeping secrets, whether the secrets you hold close to your heart, or if you've been told a secret from someone and you just maybe are itching to tell just one person, or you're not sure how to take the information because it is someone disclosing and being very vulnerable to you. So, Deb, I'd love to know what you think about secrets, keeping them and
Keeping secrets. I,
hiding them.
I operate on the premise that it's not my story to tell if it's not my secret. So I think you establish trust in your relationships, just out of respect for the privacy of somebody else. It is not my story to tell. So if you tell me something, it's a vault, unless you tell me otherwise. So I'm not big into gossip. I find it kind of futile, to be honest. I don't think that's where I like to keep my time and energy or put my time and energy. But certainly, if you disclose something to me, it's not my story to tell. What about you?
I would like to think that that's always the case. However, I can remember times, especially when I was younger, in like high school or college in
Mm,
my early 20s, where secrets and telling secrets and gossips could lead to losing friendships or
sure.
losing men or whatever. And I think that I've had both sides of the coin. I don't want to pretend like I'm some woman that hasn't ever talked shit about something because I think that
I,
alone would just be a lie.
I
So
think
I
I think
know
that's
like there's
where
lessons
growth and
learned.
learning comes from too, right? Yes, I'm not saying that back in the day that it hasn't happened, or I've had to apologize for maybe saying something out of turn, but I think that's where lessons and growth come from, and experience. And for me, I don't know, I just don't like gossip. I don't know. I love Mel Robbins' idea that if they're talking with you, they're talking about you. And I don't like that time. And I just don't want my time and energy to be put there. It's not like I haven't done it, but I don't know. I guess as I get older, the things that are important to me, the conversations that are important to me are not about other people. I'd much rather have an in-depth conversation about life or anything that's going to continuously put me on this path of learning and growing.
Yeah, I love that. And there's also, I feel sometimes that perspective of if you if you're given these secrets or if you want to say something about it, like would you be willing to say that to that person's face?
Right.
Would you be able to have that open conversation with them? And I think that there is a lot of vulnerability. And on the flip side of this coin is like the secrets that we hold from people that maybe our heart isn't ready to let go, or there's guilt and shame. And when doing a little bit, an ounce of research on this, that can lead to a lot of depression,
Mhm.
lack of well being, because you're harboring parts of yourself, maybe that you're scared to be authentic. You're scared to tell that whole truth. So you're keeping secrets from people about yourself. And when that perspective is flipped, I kind of think like if we're telling secrets, if we're keeping secrets, there's this energy evolve of not feeling safe or not feeling like we can be authentic in a world where we're wired to connect with other people, like physically, emotionally, spiritually, like wanting to connect. So I like, have you ever kept a secret from someone or withheld information because you were scared or nervous?
Sure. I think, yeah. I can't think of like one off the top of my head, but I'm sure that I haven't spoke up or I didn't want to, yeah, that like guilt or shame or like not even stepping into my authentic self. And I think as I get older, I do that less and less because I just know holding that energy in just leads to illness, disease over time, harboring, negative emotion over time turns into disease. So I think I do that less and less. And I think as I get older, um, I don't give a shit about a lot of things anymore. And like the judgments from other people are less important to me. I'd rather
Mhm.
have and surround myself with people who are authentic and who accept me for who I am and accept my faults or like whatever that might be. I'm not a perfect person, and as I get older, I just my give a damn's busted. I just don't give a shit about a lot of things, and um, when it comes to being authentic and stepping into who I am as a person, if you're going to judge me, chances are that that's a mirror for you. So um, I'm sure I have. I don't think I do that as much anymore. I typically step into difficult conversations. I think as women, like and I'm not just saying women, but that's been my experience that we don't say things, we don't have conversations just to avoid conflict. And I don't understand it, to be honest, because that's where connection comes in. Like hard conversations can be awkward, but can be so revealing too.
Well, people get to know I found for myself because I've hidden things or felt shame about things growing up or whatever story that I've created, especially again, like let's say in the younger days. And then as I had different friendships and involved with different people and disclose things to different people, I could find almost like being too like out there with everything and then like scaling it back. And it was like this dance in practice. However, there was this moment of liberation of just being able to share or be in a presence of people that would receive that information, which was really powerful for myself. So there's that element of creating that space for people. I think that is very important. As a coach, that's what you learn to listen, you learn to come from that space of not judgment because like
Mhm.
who are we to say whatever? And then when people can let go of those secrets or let go of something that might have been a really big deal, once it's fully expressed, it's funny how it's like, "Oh, well, that took a decade too long to get out of my system."
And isn't
And
that just the judgment that we already put on whatever that situation was or whatever that secret is? Like we already have a judgment about it, and we
mhm,
think that that's the judgment that everybody else is going to think about it. But really, after whatever, you let the cat out of the bag, and then it's like, oh my God, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
mhm.
Most of the time, I would say that's most of the time.
And to know that everyone like, I was talking to someone and they were very upset about just what was happening in their life, and I was like, like, everyone else has something else going on. It might not express it or realize it, though everyone has something as we're walking
Sure.
through life. There are secrets, there our histories, our past, especially as we carry on for life's journey, like it's okay. It's okay to like let go of the secrets, embrace them, share them, have people to confide in because I think that is like that beautiful piece of being vulnerable and practicing love for yourself and love for other people. A little bit of compassion, a lot of grace, and a little dash of love.
I like that.
Mhm.
I think the only time where I wouldn't keep a secret, obviously, if there's illegal activity or somebody
Mm.
is really in harm's way, those are scenarios where you might have a moral obligation to let the cat out of the bag in protecting someone.
I mean, some of my coaching experience, especially with young kids, like there's different training for it, but it's also letting them know like this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like a secret that they can find that then you're secretly. It's letting them know like, hey, I care. And even for like suicide has been a kind of a hot topic for me lately, just because I had someone who's passed because of suicide. And in that case, some of the training that I've taken, it's like if you suspect someone wants to harm themselves, call them out. Say, hey, are you thinking about doing this?
Hmm.
And just by having that moment of care, like write directly with them, lets them know that someone can see, someone cares, and then proceed to action. Though it doesn't have to be someone confiding in it, be a secret. Like let them know, like, hey, I care about you and I'm going to tell someone. So there are ways around things, I think, where you can still be very open and protect their privacy in a way that's respectful. Though it's a serious topic, and mental health, as we both know, is like, it's just created this a whole new world of its own, I think, after COVID and the stress of life, and like we're living it. So how do we, you do a lot with stress management. I do a lot with like wellness and flow. Like, how do we get back into the realms of these? And I think when we talk about secrets, it's not just about the gossip. These
No,
secrets, what are they harboring? And how can we all,
deep-seated.
like, how can we all support each other?
This is actually Suicide Prevention Month. So, and in honoring your friend, I think we'd like to let everybody know, if you are thinking of harming yourself, please, please, please get some support. Reach out. I think we can put some numbers and websites in our show notes today. But please, please, please know that you are loved and that you have so much support and love around you, even in those times when it might not feel like it. So please reach out for help. When it comes to secrets, I think it all starts with a conversation, finding somebody that you can rely on for that support and those open conversations, because you don't have to harbor these negative emotions. There's lots of resources and people that you can reach out to. And when it comes to the gossip, just stop. It's not worth it. Don't tell somebody else's secret. It's not your story to tell. Please find us Monday mornings when we will kickstart your week, and we will be back next Thursday with an episode of Connected Conversations. Please like, subscribe, and share. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, please share with your friends and rate and recommend on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. There will be links to more great resources in the description.